I honestly believe that men have to fail their way in order to navigate their path. I believe that men have to go through life and find their destiny. Someone said that we get to meet destiny on the way to avoiding it. I don't know how true that is, but kind of makes some sense to me. In the 21st century, we are producing really weak men. This is the generation that has produced the highest rate of weak men. Men who cannot hold their emotions, who cannot hold their temper, control themselves. Men who talk the way they want. Men with no moral obligation to be responsible for their life, responsible for their family, responsible for their actions. Men who always want things easy. This is the kind of generation we are in right now. We are in a generation that is dominated by men who want to get everything easy. And this is why we have the rate of productivity is reducing. And when if only one man has a higher IQ, he dominates the other men in knowledge and production because men are reducing their capacity to increase their IQ. In the 20th century and the 19th, we had more productivity because men were in charge. And when I mean men were in charge, I don't mean as tyrant, but men were in charge as a dominant hierarchy, which means that men were took it upon themselves. Men took it upon themselves to be productive. Men took it upon themselves to make the world a better place. Men took it upon themselves to make sure things are working. Men took it upon themselves to make sure the bridges are well built, the roads are well kept, the children are well fed. Men took it upon themselves. But the times we're in now is catastrophic. It is catastrophic because men are being told that their place isn't relevant. Men are being told that being a man means nothing. And I challenge you on that. Being a man is something. Who builds the roads out there? Who builds the bridges? Who walk in the sewer? Who go high to the skyscrapers to clean the buildings and the windows? Men. And you dare come to me and try to tell me that men are like every other species? No, men are not like every other species. And this is why productivity has been decreasing. Men has been losing their places. If you're a man out there, you got to get back to your place. And getting back to your place for me doesn't mean becoming rude, becoming a tyrant. No. It's understanding your place in a hierarchy. It's understanding your place as a provider, understanding your place as a protector. You are the knight. You are the knight. You are the protector of the galaxy. You are the protector of the realm. And if you give your robe away, oh, the enemy will slay your descendants. It's just sort of every man have the responsibility of rescuing his father from the belly of the whale, and that means that we all have that moral obligation. We all have the moral obligation. If we are suffering, if we are struggling in life as men, we owe ourselves a moral obligation to hold on to any rope that is thrown at us. We have the moral obligation to take it. and to keep pulling with it. If you see yourself anyway that way. And what I mean is, you cannot let someone take your robe. You have to fight. Life is a fight for territory anyway. You gotta fight or else you will lose everything. You will lose the battle. You will lose your chance to defend yourself, to defend your rim, to defend your team, to defend your players, to defend everything you've got. One way you can take your place in the dominant hierarchy as a man, I believe, is to avoid one thing that most men are doing now. We are living in a dominant culture that is designed to destroy our sense of self. And we've been taught to go after happiness. I want you to tell me in the Quran, I've been reading this Quran, and it's such an amazing book. And I was told, don't put any book on this book. This book has to be on top of every book. And because of that, I see it special. I don't need to be happy to see it special. It's special to me because there is a purpose for it. There's a priority that's been bestowed upon it. Unlike the Bible, on the Bible, I put it upside down, down way, side. Why? Because there is no purpose that has been attached to the Bible. Dump it the way we want. In the same token, stop looking for happiness. Look for your purpose. If you can find your purpose, you will find happiness. Do you agree with me on that? Men have been told to go to school, get a job, get a wife, and just live happily ever after. But that's a total lie. Albert Einstein didn't die happy. Neither was Abraham Lincoln. Martin Luther didn't. Come on now, Faraday didn't. We weren't even told that Steve Jobs is happy. Oh, Dale Carnegie. No. None of these people were described to be happy. But these people changed history. These people did something that we're still benefiting from today. Purpose. So why, as a man, are you going about trying to fight for a life of happiness? What can happiness contribute to you? Let me tell you what it can do to you. It can make you a smiling man, and that's it. As a man, you have one purpose. You have one job. As a man, as a human being, be it man or woman, but I'm talking to the men right now because you got real issues right now. As a man, you got one assignment. You were never told to be happy. You were never instructed to be happy. You were given an assignment, something to do, to be purposeful, to be useful. You gotta be useful. You have to be. When you walk into the room, you want people to see someone that is useful, not someone that is happy. Yeah, I have a lot of happy people. I don't need any more happy person. What I need is someone who is purposeful. When you go for a job interview, do you go and say, I'm a happy person? Come on now, you're going to be using next door. You have to come in with what you can produce, what you can give, what you have, the value you have. That is what everybody cares. So why do you go around trying to chase happiness? Sometimes we can be governed by thought. And when thought is all we have, that is it. We're done. You're done if thought is all you have. Happiness is a thought. It's a thought of gratification when you think you've gotten what you want. But in the same token, when you think about it, it might not really be what you want, but you think that's what you want only for you to discover that that is not really what you wanted in the first place. He said the best way to start correcting your life and rectifying your miserable life is to start saying the truth. The truth. And that is the only thing that can set you free. Just say the truth to yourself. You stuck. Say the truth to yourself. You don't know what's next. Say the truth to yourself. You hoping, just hoping something is going to come out right. Hey, if you're a woman and thinking that way, it's fine. I'm not a woman. I cannot talk to a woman. But who I can talk to is a man. And here's the kind of advice I can give anyone in the workforce right now. It's not bad to be in the workforce, but you got to be truthful with yourself. You have to start doing something on the side, investing on the side, creating some other business on the side, so that before you get older, those business you must have taken all the risk you want to take while you were young, so that when you get older, you can have something on the side that can multiply. I mean, if you're not really business inclined, you might want to go into things like real estate, things that can appreciate over time, things that can pay more than just your bills over time. These are things that you might want to consider, but stop chasing happiness, man. It's not going to do you no good. You got to sacrifice. You got to postpone instant gratification. You got to learn. Yeah. Look, you don't even need to know much. Just be truthful with yourself. There's something within every one of us that sit and listen to the genuine in us. And that thing might be the only true God that we will ever have. And if you don't listen to that thing within you that said you are dumb, that said you are not doing it the right way, and if you cannot listen to that thing in you that said, you are wasting time, then it is almost a guarantee, but not 100% a guarantee. It is almost a guarantee that you will live the rest of your life and the rest of your days at the end of strings that somebody pulls. The question I want to ask you right now is, who is pulling your strings and what is pulling your strings? You got to control yourself. You got to take charge of your boat. You have to understand that it is your responsibility to deliver your father from the belly of the whale. That means that it is your responsibility to increase the generational wealth of your family. It is your responsibility to supersede what your parent did, what your family did. It is your responsibility to accomplish those things that were never done in your family, in your generation, in your life. Someone said this: it is not your fault to be born poor, but it is definitely your fault to die poor. The question is, what are you going to be reaching? And how much riches are you going to get?